Woohoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, dolls and queens, weirdos and whatevers, from the bowels of his twisted imagination, put your clammy hands together for Jimbo's Drag Circus!
Oh my God! And hello, Mama. How you doing tonight? Looking gorgeous. It reminds me of a little song I wrote just for you. I like people in the moonlight. I like friends down by the sea. I find strangers in back alleyways, make the best of company. I like weirdos. I like queerdos with their clowny girlish glow. A stranger's just a friend that you don't yet know.
And if you don't yet know, this particular stranger is one of the world's most famous drag queens, Victoria's own Jimbo the Drag Clown. Among other things, he took home with the crown on RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 8, and is one of my favorites. Maybe is my favorite. So I reached out to Jimbo for this program. Thought it would be fun having them on a pedicab. Not actually expecting Jimbo to get back to me, or to want to be on my program, or to go out of their way to invite their mum to participate as well. All of those things happened, and that pretty much brings you up to date. So, here we are.
Hey Johnny, good morning.
Good morning, good to see ya.
Great to see you.
And I think I know who this is.
Yeah, this is my mama Mary.
I've heard all about you. Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you too. So, thank you for agreeing to this bonkers idea that I had. I know that you just moved here. That's what Jimbo was telling me. So you're still kind of trying to find your ground, find your footing. And you wanted to show your mom some of your favorite sites around Victoria.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have you guys in my podcast, so we all win.
Victoria is my home and my favorite place in the world. And my mom, when I told her this idea, she's always wanted to go in a pedicab. So this is kind of a little dream come true for us.
Great. Well, where are we going first?
Well, I thought we could stop in and say good morning to my sister Rebecca. My sister recently moved here as well. She's lived here, I guess maybe about 2 years now. So she moved here, she opened this tattoo shop, and my nephew Sasha also recently moved here, and he also works in here. So yeah, let's go say good morning. Morning. Hey Bex. Hey Sash.
How's it going?
This is Johnny.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Sorry, you just caught me setting up for a tattoo.
Okay,
And
excellent.
this is my nephew Sasha.
Hey! Wow, I'm meeting the whole clan today.
Yeah,
Not quite.
the whole fam.
Still more.
Still more.
That's
Okay.
true. We have a big family.
Yeah, we need to get our brothers over here. So basically, we're taking Mom around today, kind of showing her different places. I thought the perfect place to start is right here in this amazing shop that you've made. Rebecca moved to Victoria after coming to visit, and it was a dream to kind of have a place together over the years, even before moving here, where we could kind of have a business and live above. And then over the years, Rebecca has made that happen. And what do you think about living in Victoria so far, you guys?
I mean, I love it. It's island vibes, great weather, having you right above, Sasha right above, and my apartment. We've basically taken over the building, so I love it.
So what like brought you to Victoria in 2021?
Well, a few things. First of all, there was a horrible thing happening in the whole world, and Ontario was the worst place to be. So pandemic times were tough in Ontario. Lockdowns were happening. And Jimbo said, what the heck? Why are you not on the West Coast? Everybody's still tattooing. Everybody's still doing business as usual, of course with precautions, but at least business was open. And he said, you'd love the West Coast, you know it. So I moved out here. There happened to be a space in the building, and it just worked out. I got an apartment and a business, and I got to be close to my best friend and brother. So Jimbo, yeah.
There's magic here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The draw of the island.
Speaking of magic, we're doing something pretty magical today.
Yeah, I was thinking while we're here, I've always wanted to get my ears pierced. Sasha's a piercer. And so I thought, maybe it's time for me to be a big girl and get my
Jimbo, I want you to hold the lucky lovey llama while you go through this.
Thank you, Mama.
Brought it because I knew you'd be scared.
Well, I always wanted you to take me to the mall when I was younger to get my ears pierced. And we waited 41 years until Sasha was born, and now he can do it.
41 years till you were born?
Yeah, I'm actually one today. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, these are gonna be your earrings. Ordered them in just for you.
Oh, just for me.
One of a kind.
Oh, these are really nice.
Okay, deep breaths, some deep breaths.
Yeah, I know I'm a little nervous.
I'm not scared.
Okay.
And yet you have your comfort llama.
And I've got my little comfort llama. Thanks, Mama. My Mama llama.
I'm just going to place a sample mark. If you can just look straight forward.
I've been noticing your hair, Jimbo. Like when we're indoors, it seems to have a different color than when we're outside.
Yeah, I have mood hair, so it changes like depending on how I feel.
Like a little troll.
Like a little troll.
It's an interesting effect.
I'll tell you to take a deep breath in, and when you breathe out, that's when I'm gonna go through. Take a deep breath in, and out.
Ooh, it feels good.
Wow.
I don't feel anything.
Oh my God.
There we go, that's one done. You
Oh
can
my
take a look in
God,
the mirror.
let's see.
I'm gonna have to give it a quick
I have
wipe.
a little
'cause
tiny gem. Is there blood?
There is a little bit of blood. Try not to faint.
A little blood never hurt anyone.
Oh, look at all the blood.
It's not that much.
It's way too much. He never lets any blood out of himself.
Blood.
I guess you have to be okay with blood to do this job.
Yeah.
I'm okay with other people's blood.
Oh, with the people's blood.
Yeah.
Your own would have a different effect.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Technically, it is your
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you think.
Same DNA.
DNA.
So I'm like 25% not okay with it. Yeah. All right.
Hooray!
Hooray!
And ears.
Huzzah!
Thank you.
Okay. So here's the beautiful pedaled chariot in question. This
Wow.
is what we're going to be riding all day. I love your your pink hat.
My mom loves hats, so she's brought a
I'm
few of her
hat
favorites.
hunting.
You're hat hunting.
So excited to see what you've got to show me about your favorite places.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've lived here about 16 years now, and throughout that time, my family has come to visit, and they saw just the whole vibe out here with the mountains and the ocean. It's really
One of the most sought after destinations to live in all of Canada.
Oh, with a 1.4% vacancy rate, I can believe that.
Oh,
Yep, that's a tour guide fact right there. May or may not be true, but it's something like that.
well, I can tell you in my search for independent housing, there were 1,000 people applying for the same apartment I was applying for. And the woman was an absentee owner from Europe who came over and said, there's no way I'm going to interview 1,000 people. I will see 5, and it will be one of the first 5.
It's your fault for moving here. You've made it so fabulous.
whoopsie.
I actually wanted to ask you about that, Jimbo, because I spent most of my adult life living and working in Vienna, Austria, and I left when I was 23. Now, you moved here when you were 25, and I think you had a similar moment of just kind of finding yourself.
Yeah, I did. Well, I moved here to be with my ex-partner, Hank. And so when I moved here, I moved into a really amazing community with artists and friends, and I already had a little sense of community through his friendship and through his circle. So this place has always been really welcoming to me. It's always been amazing, and I was really lucky to find my people and my community quite fast. So through art and through music and through performance. I used to perform as the human disco ball with them, and various random backup roles. But I just love being on the road, and so I moved here originally for love.
And you also made a lot of fabulous costumes. You were a man about doing everything.
Yeah, making it happen, making the show happen. Yeah, eventually I got into clowning through Britt Small, my director, and I actually clowned here for the first time at the Victoria Event Center.
Oh, hey.
Which is kind of where I got my start in Victoria Theatre here with Atomic Vaudeville.
Why don't we go there?
Yeah, let's go. It's been a while since I've been here. I love the VEC. Oh, and look! Eddi, what are you doing here?
We're just getting ready for a show. I got one coming up in October. We're doing a Halloween cabaret, so just getting a feel, hanging out, being cool. Yeah.
Well, you know my mama.
Hi, can I hug you? Good to see you. We need more drag kings in everything.
Johnny is shooting this series. He asked me to kind of show my mom around Victoria, some of my favorite places. I obviously thought of the VEC, where I kind of got my start clowning, and so I wanted to bring Mama by, and this is perfect running into you because we have performed so much together over the years, and you're one of my favorite drag kings in the world.
Guys, the VEC has coffee. Do we want to have a seat?
Yeah, let's have coffee. Good timing. So what are you doing for your show?
It's called The Creep Show. It'll be right over here.
Be right over here.
The stage. There'll
where
be
the
lots of
magic
chairs.
happens.
There'll be zombies. There'll be vampires. I'm gonna do The Exorcist, I think. We'll do some Regan McNeil.
Spin your head around,
Yep.
split pea soup.
Yep, there'll be demonic possessions.
My favorite.
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna host, and I'm gonna do a little act.
She's a host now.
I'll be a host.
Hostess with the mostess.
Yeah.
Salem's hottest green enchantress bold, she puts the war in horror's hold. Dead yet delicious, a vision divine, come hell or high water, her flames brightly shine. Burning with desire, fierce passions awake. Let us raise the stakes, for thrills we shall take.
How long is our time? We have history in Rocky Horror, too.
Yeah. How many times did we do that?
Oh my God, I was
5 years, didn't you?
I think like 5 years in a row. Rocky Horror is coming up again. I'm doing it again this year with a drag group.
Okay, cool.
But when you were doing it, how you designed the costumes, the looks you created for us over the years, how they were sort of like, they pulled from already our sort of strengths and interests, but had your flair on them. I just felt like you really saw the artist and then we're like, how do I make this part of the Rocky Horror world?
Right.
Which is like, yeah, dang,
Thank you.
really cool. It was incredible. Like Jimbo didn't do just the costumes, but the actual set built like these revolving platforms or something that we got to dance on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah. So it was like early days Jimbo Circus basically, because I saw some elements. I was like, that looks like kind of like Rocky, like in your big show, and I was like, oh my God, the aesthetic is so, makes me feel something.
Honey, I have been in love with your community that you've created together, and I'm so proud of my Jimbo. Yeah. And of course, I just love you.
Oh, I love you, Mary. Yeah, you're like, oh my God.
Mary.
No, it's true. It's true. It's very emotional for me. I'm a feminist as well as, a supporter of all things gay. Love it. What does it matter, right? It's love is love. This environment that allows creatives like you two to flourish and be seen. And we're from a tiny island, right? And to get on a world stage, wow.
Yeah, we're all so proud of Jimbo here, like in Victoria. We're like, yes, they're from here, yes. Yeah.
Represent.
Well, I do it for you and for all of our other performers like us around the world that are doing their thing, that are not necessarily always seen, and to kind of represent for all the other weirdo artists out there that go like, okay, if Jimbo made that happen, there's a chance that I can make my dreams happen. Yeah, it's so exciting.
And I love that it's you that went and is putting Victoria on the map, because your drag and like you staying true to the clowning aspect of it and elevating it to match the brand of Drag Race, but still like staying really true to the clown, like where you came from, your perspective, which a lot of people lose when they get really big. It's so genuine and so representative of Victoria's kind of vibe and like how we like sort of develop stuff here. And like, yeah, it's a really honest representation of like what is percolating here in this place, and you're presenting it really in such a cool way.
Be able to bring the show back to my people, that was what I was most excited about, was to come home to Victoria, because I was like, I just want to show my friends and my people my show. Yeah. So it was just so magic.
Who thought that a birthing baloney was going to bring him the big prize? I said it's too risky. We workshopped it outside. I was this light man. It was hilarious. He had dogs that weren't his. They ran away. His feet, he had to lose his feet. He had to run for the dogs. His shoes came off, and somebody homeless took them right there and kept going. No, it was an insane time. It was an insane time. And he was screaming and running for the... It was wonderful, and we filmed it, and it was crazy. Anyway, that was the beginning. And I said, please don't. I don't think they'll get it. I don't think they'll get it. Like, it's your nether regions, and you're going to drop out this big Canadian bologna, tons of it. And then you're going to take it up out of your nether regions, and you're going to throw it at people on RuPaul's main stage with all that glamour. I'm a clown, Mom. I'm a clown. I'm committed to Casper. Casper lives. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
why you're the best.
Who knew the world was waiting for bologna in the face?
This is
the world wanted it. Yeah. Since it's about you two right now, like they go back a long time, these guys.
We were.
They both look young. It's all the plastic surgery.
It's the makeup, you know. Yeah.
Baloney.
But if I don't ask about it, I will always wonder. So you said frenemies? You were. It started.
Yeah. Competitors.
Well, we were competitors.
Tell me more.
Well, it's called the Marydale Showdown. So we would come here, and it was, I guess, like a talent show, really. And we would all present our performances, and then the audience would vote by ballot, and then there was first, second, and third, and then they would win a prize. And the first year, we tied.
We were kind of like, what the? I'm the best.
Yeah, wait a second.
And it was a little awkward for a while, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like we were like, who is this? And do I need to worry about them? But then over time, it was so cool because we were both champions at separate times. But it did start out as definitely an adversarial relationship.
Was there a moment where you felt like that had shifted?
When you're competing, especially in the showdown or on Drag Race and stuff, that element of competition is fun and it's playful, and then we continue to work together, and that thing that makes you kind of different also is intriguing, and so we were very intrigued with each other as artists and performers, and
eventually, like, from working together, I mean, other people noticed that we kind of had a similar like approach to things. People kind of just like put us together sometimes. They're like, you're weird, you're weird. It was like,
I remember that. I had forgotten about that one.
Yeah, it was kind of like a backwards like way of becoming friends. I feel like we were sort of like pushed, like, you two here, do these things, but then we were also like doing our own things. Yeah.
This island is like known for being an island of DIY artists, entertainers. We're kind of out here on this rock, and we have to make our own fun. And drag performers and performance artists like you and I, we have to make our own fun, make our own spaces, make our own performance spaces, and create our own opportunities for ourselves and our other people in our communities. So I think that's also all part of, kind of the fun of it is, let's make stuff to do and make stuff for ourselves to go to, because there isn't a lot of queer events, or there aren't a lot of queer spaces here. So we have to kind of create them and to create a vibe and make our own sense of community. So I love being able to do that here with you and be able to do that with my mama.
So true. Like, Victoria's so like big city, little city kind of thing. Like, we're surrounded by nature. We need a boat or a plane to get out of here, basically. So yeah, you do end up with this kind of cool, like, we're urban, cool, like, here's the city, but also it's like tree forts and stuff just outside on the next block. So then, like, yeah, your events and like, we kind of has both of that, because it's very like, I remember your parties being like very high, like very well produced, and it seemed like high class and like cool and techie, but then also this really organic element of like, oh, we're hot gluing this stuff together. Oh, there's a fingernail on the ground over there. Like, just like also like half undone too, which is just really safe feeling for me, like an imperfectionist kind of vibe.
I know.
Which just is like,
you always need that little element of the something janky.
Yeah, it gives you permission to kind of be messy and not so like, okay, polished and put together, and like was the perfect kind of place for new acts, like, that people were bringing to it and stuff.
Yeah, that's where it all started. Mom, I know you love hats. I wanted to take you to Roberta's hat.
I love that.
They
and I
have the
wanted
coolest
to
hats.
buy you a hat.
Yay!
Get you a new one. Unless you
Yes.
don't find one you like, and then we'll just wear this old one.
I love this plumeria.
this one.
I love this. I got it out of the trash.
Oh.
In the early days of being broke entertainers, we'd save money on things like stuffing me in the back of the car under clothes to get one less ferry number.
I've done that.
Yeah, we made Mom hide one time. We're like, hide under all these blankets. We don't want
And
to pay
don't
the
move,
ferry.
And don't laugh.
Yeah, we were a bit strapped for cash then. Those were in the olden days.
Before I met you, I was already going to ask you if you got some of your influence to be a drag clown from your mom. And at that time, I had no idea what a big personality you were. But I'm going to assume that's a yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. My mom always taught me, have the best time and other people will join you. Like, be the joy and be the fun you want in the world. Don't wait for someone else to create it, you create it.
Yeah.
And she also taught me to give love.
Yeah.
It's be generous with your energy, be generous with kindness, be generous with love, be open to friendship. And so that's the key of clowning and performance, is being connected to an audience and being available for your audience to connect with you. And my mom always taught me to do that. She taught me to be open, to look for friendship, and to share myself and be fun and be out there like she is, always making friends and making connections. And
A stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet.
That's right, yeah.
That's right.
You were saying something when we were sadly not rolling about how we come into this world naked.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to steal your line.
Well,
it's not ours. It's RuPaul.
Oh, we're stealing from RuPaul. I love that, yes. Okay, well then in that case,
quoting.
we're quoting
quoting
RuPaul.
Mama Ru.
The queen of all queens. We're all born naked and the rest is drag.
Nice, it has a cadence even. Love that. I was hoping you could also supply perhaps some embarrassing baby photos of Jimbo, but not real photos, like the podcast version. If you could tell me about some nice experiences.
I'll give you the most embarrassing one. He's being born. As he's coming down, I'm in a teaching hospital in London. So there's an entire classroom of people. I'm in stirrups like this.
She was talking about when I was born.
Yeah.
So he has an audience then.
It was your first show.
It was Mom's first
It
show.
was his entrance.
And my big reveal.
I was just the stage and the curtains. And he was the
The
star,
curtains.
unfortunately. And
I was being choked by the umbilical cord.
so they had to move quickly. And he immediately pinked right up, and this is the beauty that
Yeah,
emerged.
just a bit of brain damage.
A little brain damage never hurt anyone.
When I was about 5, we were getting ready. My mom had this big bathroom when we were younger, and she put me on the counter, and we were sitting there, and she was kind of getting ready to go to work, and had her makeup out, and she kind of put some on me, or I put some on myself, a little bit on my lips, a little bit on my cheeks, and I remember looking in the mirror, going, "Oh, I'm beautiful." And I thought I looked so beautiful with this stuff on. So then that sort of piqued my interest about beauty and about makeup and drag and all that stuff. And then I used to hide and wear my mom's clothes and do drag in my grandma's clothes. And that when my mom wanted to embarrass me when I was younger, she would just mention that. She would say, you used to love dressing up. And I'd be like, don't talk about that.
Whereas now you're proud.
Now it's great, Now I love it. Now I don't feel embarrassed. But when you're younger, when you're a teenager, that's the last story you want your mom to tell.
And his father would sing to him and call him Jimbo Lena way early. So Jimbo has always been there.
Yeah.
Can you sing what your dad would sing to you?
Jimbolina, Jimbolina, how I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
Something like that. So here we are walking down this beautiful street, Government Street. I actually used to work right up here in a glasses shop, Pop Optical, where I met Brady for the first, at the start of our
Well, that was a
relationship.
fortuitous meeting.
Yeah, right up here.
So you mentioned Brady, that's your partner.
My partner Brady, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so he used to come visit me up here at an optical shop, and then I used to have friends. My friend Rachel works here in Roberta's Hats, so I thought of this immediately when I knew you loved hats and we wanted to get you maybe a new option. Hello. Hi, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Hi, thank you for having us. I'm Jimbo. I'm showing my mom around, and I thought we want to get my mom a new hat, and so we wanted to try on some hats.
Look at that one right there with the feather on it.
Oh my God, that's perfect. She's usually
Come on. Let's see. This one's...
Oh,
Ooh, that's really
that's
nice.
nice.
How
There's
does
a
it
mirror
feel,
over
Mom?
here.
It feels right.
Oh my
Feels
God.
tight. I like it. Yep, this is it. This is the hat.
The first hat.
The first hat.
This is it.
Okay,
Wow.
great. Well, that's perfect. That's easy.
And we can load it up with your merchandise too.
Yeah, you can put
I
all
can
kinds
hang
of stuff.
things off of it.
Yeah, you can stick some feathers in it.
I'm gonna do poles, build it out, and spin it.
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna build it out with poles, and I'm put Jimbo merch all over it and spin it. And they get one piece for free, and the rest they have to pay for.
Okay.
Well, I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's.
We need another.
We'll
for
need
that,
another hat for
a
that.
different hat. You should get a cowboy hat. And you're going to Australia. Everybody wears a cowboy hat.
I just noticed the television. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, isn't that cool?
Oh my God,
check out
that
the
is
television.
so cool. The television.
David, the television. Amelia has something.
Let me have the fascinating.
Yeah, well, that matches your mustache.
It does.
Could take a little acid trip with this one.
Woo-hoo.
Crikey, I think that fits.
So good.
Something good
Right.
for your.
For my trip down under. I feel like the crocodile hunter. Oh, that's fun with the rhinestone.
Oh, that's actually that's fabulous.
That's you. That's you.
Yeah. All right, I'll get this one.
Okay, let's put you into female look.
Okay. I feel like I'm in fried green tomatoes with this. Mama was on backwards.
I love upside down, backwards, inside out, sideways.
Oh yeah,
Try it
that's
all.
crazy looking.
Try it. Try it.
It's very strange. I look
This is
like
a
I
fun
could be
little
some sort of, I don't know, maybe an assassin?
A fabulous assassin. But what is it that you're killing?
I do declare, my bow has come undone. Now I'm headed to drive in Hollywood, darling. I just need my convertible. We could do Thelma and Louise, Mama. Oh, this is really cool. This reminds me of Nana Marie.
You're channeling Nana.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Look in the mirror, Mom.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
I
cute.
love the straw.
Okay, so Mom, which hats do you want to have?
Okay, these ones here. We got attitude.
What do you think?
Love it.
We got attitude.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I love the pirate. Actually,
It is very pirate.
The pirate is so good.
I feel like that one looks so good. You should get that one.
That is automatically me.
Okay, great.
All right.
Put that one out.
All right.
It's hats for everyone.
For everyone.
Shane, you want a hat?
I'm good.
Oh, you got one. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God, shut up. You're wearing my jacket. Oh my God. Hi.
Hi, Jimbo. I'm Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, this looks so good on you.
We're visiting from Wisconsin, and I was like, I have to bring my Jimbo jacket.
I literally was going to wear mine for filming. We would have been twins. Hi.
I'm Nick.
Hey, Nick. I'm Jimbo.
So nice to meet you.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
You're an incredible artist. We love you.
Oh, thank you.
These are professional smiles.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Enjoy Victoria. I'm so glad to run into you. Of course.
Thank you, Jimbo.
Do you want to have a little chowder, Mama? A little West Coast chowder? Who doesn't love a little tasty chowder? Redfish Bluefish is a local and renowned restaurant right on the water. And they're known for their fresh fish tacos and a warm soup when you're kind of out on an overcast day.
It's
Homey.
nostalgic.
Yeah, it's cozy.
I have a question for you, Jimbo. In the course of my research ahead of this, I found out you studied science. That was like what you majored in. there was a passion, like a genuine passion there, for the biology you had been studying.
Sure.
There was something there. Do you see that ever kind of coming back to your life?
Well,
it manifesting in another shape?
Yeah, I think science is just basically an understanding of the world around you, and art and nature, they intersect, and certainly drag and creation, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, I draw from science and nature and that curiosity that science is all about. Sort of like science is basically just all about being curious and trying to figure stuff out and try to understand your place in the world and how things work. And yeah, that's a big part of who I am. So I don't think that will ever go away.
And I feel like that might have even had led in some small indirect way toward clowning. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
When I was doing my field course that was in Uganda, I was in the Chibale rainforest, and I was there with a whole bunch of other scientists, and they really were super focused on the animals and on, you know, a very specific species of animal. And I was really interested. I thought all of that was very interesting, but I was mostly interested in the village. I really wanted to meet the people. I really wanted to go and talk to people about their traditions. I wanted to go have fun. So I noticed that I was different than the other scientists in that I really was focused on people, and I wanted to go and communicate with them. So that kind of sparked my interest in anthropology. And I guess when I started doing clowning, and when I understood that sort of form of performance, that's all about your audience, that's all about communicating with people, and it's all about being a conduit for your audience and for people to have an experience or to be entertained. So I think that there's like a common thread in that sense, that I love people and I love communicating with people.
There's another story I'd like to interject.
Yes?
Jimbo has a knack of manifesting, I seriously tell you. He went out with people on the water, and they said Jimbo called the whales.
Yeah, with my brothers, with my brother Jeff and
Seriously.
his partner Elliot. We were out on our way to Tofino, and this guy on the boat, he had said, you know, I've been on this trip my whole life over and over again, and I've never gotten a good picture of a whale. And I said, well, today you're gonna get that picture. And just as we were crossing on our way from
one island to the other,
and we saw way in the distance some whales, a little spray, and they kind of disappeared. And my brother said, call them, call them closer. Jimbo, call them closer. So I put my hands up and I said, and as soon as I did that, right beside the boat, the whales, and the man snapped the picture, and he's like, I got it. And I was like, I told you. And my brothers were just like, holy you fucking called that whale. It's like, oh my God, I did. So it was very serendipitous and magical and so fun.
I have a story for you as well. I was in Indonesia off the coast of Borneo, and I inadvertently for a few seconds ended up riding a whale shark.
Wow.
Not on purpose, I didn't want to, but it came up underneath me. They're like big, as you probably know, they're like big friendly dogs.
Yeah.
He just comes underneath, and then he's just like, oh, I'm gonna surface. And so he comes up, and you know, the sandpaper like skin.
Yeah, it's so
like, how can I escape
sandpapery.
from this? I can't.
You're so lucky. Oh my God. Oh my God. See?
In retrospect, I wish I had been a little bit more elegant.
That's so lucky. That's very lucky. Yeah. Oh my God, wow. And so did you just scream the whole time? Were you at peace for a moment?
I think there was like 1 millisecond where I was at peace. I think it was the moment of touching, because I forgot to be afraid.
Right.
So the moment I touched the skin of the whale shark, I was like, this is good. And then I was like, I'm on top of a shark.
Like, oh my God, I'm riding it. Yeah. But you're lucky it just happened.
All right, well, speaking of marine wildlife, let's go eat some. Guys, I got us some chowder.
Hooray. It's as tasty as I remember.
Delicious.
They probably caught the fish right out of the water over there.
Here you go, David.
I'm okay.
He's like, don't get it on my camera.
Shane?
delicious.
Yeah, so this is when I first moved here, I used to come down here with Hank, and we would take our little breaks and come have chowder. I just love the water. I love watching the boats come in. I love eating the, you know, little something local and tasty. So is it hard for you to do this, or are you made for this?
I mean, well, because of the electric assist, I'm made for it. But you know, before the pandemic, there weren't any of these electric assists, so everybody was just going with the sheer power of their knees. And my knees, aren't great. So
Especially going up an incline with a load in the back.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ooh, but only hills like this are tough. Everything else, I basically can feel like I'm still on the radio. That's what I always say. Like, this is like doing a radio show, just in a really exotic context, right? That's how I got the idea to do this program, because I was like, well, hold on.
Two in one.
Well, yeah, if in my brain I'm doing a radio show anyway, why not actually make it a program?
And we're home, we're here. We made it. Thanks for getting us safe and sound.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
So how long have you lived here at the House of Jimbo?
I have lived here, I think it's coming on 15 or 16 years now. I moved in here with a group of different artists, and then over the years I slowly took it over as the main artist living here.
Okay.
With my partner Brady now lives here, and then we've got 2 kids, 2 teenagers, Cassandra and Alex. Yeah, they also live here part-time. All right. Here you go, Mama.
Those stairs can be a challenge,
Yes,
especially in stilettos. How do you like the wind in your hair?
Hello.
It's Jimbo the Drag Queen.
Hello, sister. Hi, darling. Aw.
So, the way I hear it, we're about to meet somebody very special.
Yeah, we're gonna head over to Songhees Point, which is a really beautiful place overlooking the harbor. And it's a place I loved to go with Brady when we first fell in love. We would go over and watch the planes come in and sit in the sunshine and talk and get to know each other. So it's a special place.
I don't really know Brady yet, but you do, don't you, Mary?
I do.
How long have you known each other?
Oh, a good 10 years. He has 2 children, as does Jimbo as a step-daddy. Mommy.
Yeah, that's something we don't often hear about you, that you have 2 children.
Yeah,
I was
well, we
surprised
like
hear
to
it.
keep their lives private out of respect for them.
I can see why this would make for a romantic first date, this whole area.
Yeah.
How long ago was that first date?
Well, Brady and I met just over 10 years ago now.
Okay, so Mom got to know about Brady pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on the scene quite a bit. I like to come out and meddle as much as I can.
Mom knows everything. She's all knowing. But I'm really excited to see B, and I love coming over here. I haven't been over here in ages. We've been out touring around the world, and I love being out in the world with B, but it's nothing like coming home and hanging out in this gorgeous landscape.
Oh, we've got some tooth decay starting. No, it's just a little lip drift to the tooth. And I've got you. Not quite.
And so is it off now?
Yes.
Thanks,
now you
Mama.
can smile completely and totally.
Not the tooth decay.
No tooth decay. None
Oh, no,
whatsoever.
the tooth decay is setting in as we're heading out on our date. Hate when that happens.
It's more romantic than tooth decay.
Yay, gingivitis.
So how did you know, when did you know Brady was the one?
Well, Brady and I met. He was working near me. I was working at an old folks home. He was sitting out on a bench on his break. I was biking past, and we just locked eyes, and then we immediately were like, "Who the f are you?" And then I just kept biking as
I kept biking,
and I just thought, "Wow, what a beautiful guy!" And I never thought he was gay. I just thought he's just handsome. But I did notice, like, wow, he really looked at me in a certain way. And so then I had a New Year's party with my partner at the time, Hank, and Brady and his partner,
handsome.
Doug, came to the party, and I was like, oh my God, it's that guy. It's that beautiful man I saw on the bench. And yeah, it was love at first sight.
There it is. Just like that. They're as good as married. They cohabitate. They built this thing together. They're in love.
I'm not quite so concerned with that
Any of
whole
that.
marriage part, but it would be a fun party, and I want to have, I don't know how I would get married, if I would get married in drag or I would get married as myself.
You'd have to do both. So.
It'd probably be weird for B to be like, yay, I'm marrying a fucking drag.
Yeah, hey, that's what every gay man wants, to marry a woman.
Right.
Has Brady tried drag?
Yeah, I put B in drag for a couple parties. He likes it, he just doesn't have the constitution for it. You've got to really want it. You've got to want to feel the fantasy it's uncomfortable. It's a lot with the wig and the makeup and the under eyes and the hands and the shoes and the corset and the pads, and it's hot and it's sweaty and it's all that. So
the way we could do this is put you in drag.
Yeah. Oh, I would love that. I'm going to be in drag at Vancouver Pride this weekend.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll come out and watch you sweat.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be in Australia, but you can send me a picture of you sweating.
Happily.
But yeah, no, I love putting B in drag, and I've done it a handful of times, and he's a really good sport. It's just, it doesn't have long legs. He wants to
get this off of me. I need to be free.
But, and also people expect a lot kind of from you when you're in drag and you're presenting. People are expecting, okay, now what?
Do something.
Perform, monkey.
Yeah, or, or just feel it and let's see you feel it. So, that's also takes something to get used to, as people going, okay, now do something.
Right. It's a whole other compartment in a person's brain.
Yeah.
It's like clowning.
Depends. Yeah, depends on how you feel. For some people, it's not funny at all. It's very serious and beautiful and personal, and it's their drag. So mine is clown based and fun, but drag is different for everyone. So not everyone's just like giggle fest, and they're like, I want to look sickening, I want to look fierce, I'm beautiful, and this is very serious. Let's go check out these rocks and go see that hunk. Oh. All right, before we meet B, I need to wet my whistle in case you want to make out. Okay, well, maybe not. Kind of far down. All right, where is he? Let's go see this hunk of burning love.
Well, I'm ready.
Oh, hey, people.
Hi, you guys.
I heard about this very precious moment.
This is Johnny. Johnny's been taking us around all day.
Oh, yeah.
We've been showing Mom all the places I love, or some of the places I love. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to show her this beautiful place where we started our love.
Where did you lay in each other's arms?
Well, down here off the side of these rocks.
Yeah, we're kind of hidden out of view over there.
Brady and I were down here. We were making out on the rocks, and I stuck my head under his shirt, and I was like kissing his chest. This ferry went by filled with all these people, and they were like, ah! And then I popped my head out, and I was like, and they all laughed.
You were under his shirt. And you want the audience to believe that you were kissing his chest?
I was.
Yeah.
I was. It wasn't that kind of thing.
No. Wow.
Mom, it was way more innocent than that. All right, let's have a photo shoot. Yeah.
You're able to tease each other. You seem to have a really solid relationship. What's your secret? Was it always like this?
Yeah. The secret, I guess, is just...
There was one time when he was mad at me. I was downstairs smoking some weed, and he had been listening to the police at his high school, and he was a good boy.
In my grade school, they were saying drugs are bad. This is a drug board, and if you do drugs, then
in a very bad
oh my God, the lights turned on just for us. But the police would come and they would say, if you do drugs, you're going to jail and you're a drug addict and all these things. So marijuana was on their board back in school before it was legal and etc. So I would think, oh my God, my mom's a criminal and she's going to jail.
She's down in the basement with that evil dope. So one day he yelled out, "Don't think you're down there hiding. I know what you're doing down there."
Slam.
I love that.
And now we smoke weed together.
Yeah.
So at the end of high school, when I was in university, my friends wanted to buy a joint, and I was like, I do know where we could buy some weed. And they're like, where? I was like, my mom. And I called Mom. I was like, Mom, I'm sorry, because I've always been ragging on you. But can we buy some weed? And Mom was like, you don't have to buy weed. Get over here.
Been waiting for this day.
Yeah, you've been waiting for this day. So I came over. We got high together. We laughed. And we've been getting high together ever since.
And now it's not even criminal anymore.
No.
Yeah, half the fun's gone.
I don't smoke very much anymore, but in high school it was a big, I mean, I used to sell some myself. That was a lifetime ago.
You should be twisting that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I used to sell it, and I would water it down with oregano.
I'm getting scared. I'm scared. What's the matter?
We're with a mad cyclist.
I was completely normal before.
Yeah, sure. Me too.
Me too.
Before what?
That hat store.
One last thing while we're on here, because this was the end of our time on the Pedicab.
Oh no.
I know, right? What have you learned about each other today?
Oh, I've learned that he is a hard worker, that he is down for anything, that he did other work today between sandwiching this work with us. And he's down for a lot of fun and always a professional. And I like that and I'm proud. Yeah,
Thanks,
that's what
Mama.
I've learned. Yeah.
Well, I learned that I just can't spend enough time with my mama. We've been traveling to Hawaii. We've been traveling around LA.
Yes.
We're back here in Victoria.
Yes.
We're heading out on more adventures
Yes.
in the fall. Who knows? We're gonna do something. So it's amazing. I just love an opportunity to be in my neighborhood. I'm never at home. I've been on the road for about 3 years, basically straight between filming and touring. So it's amazing to just spend a day doing my favorite things, my
Yeah.
favorite person.
Well, thanks for this opportunity and the tour.
No, this is wonderful.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
so
a real
fun.
pleasure. You are the most wonderful person, Mary.
Oh,
She's
it's
Magic
lovely,
Mary.
lovely.
More magic.
Thank you.
Magic Mama Mary.
I will think of you every time I wear this hat.
I love that. I lost my tiny hand, but high five. There you go. Magic.
How long does it take you to do each of these?
It takes me, I would say about 3 hours to get like fully into it and dress and get my makeup ready. I like 4 if I'm really just doing my thing and taking my time. But if I absolutely had to, I could probably be ready in about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you first started this, how long did it take?
When I first started, it took basically to look this good, it would have taken me maybe 6 hours. I don't even know. But when I first started, it took forever. It took forever.
Okay.
Yeah, minimum 4 hours, sometimes 5, sometimes 6, depending on how many mental breakdowns you have in the process.
Any tips for avoiding those mental breakdowns? I'm
Learn how to do makeup. Yeah, that's the hardest part of, for me anyways, doing drag was getting my face and my makeup skills to line up with how I wanted to present and how I saw myself on the inside. So, because, we imagine ourselves in certain ways and then, you have to carry that out with all these brushes and paints. So now I can finally look as beautiful as I want to.
You started more clown than drag.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was kind of the moment where you were like, oh, drag, let me add drag to this?
Well, I would say like drag has been a part of who I have been ever since I was little, ever since I talked about that moment with my mom putting on makeup. I sort of played in drag throughout my childhood. And then when I was in high school, it was obviously very something as I was trying to fit in and find my way. And cross-dressing was definitely not the way to do it back then. So yeah, I was definitely really embarrassed of it then. But when I started performing in clown and when I started putting myself out there more and when I came out and was out and living my authentic life, it allowed me to go, okay, well, I'm curious about my femininity, I'm curious about drag, and I'm going to allow myself now to not be embarrassed. I'm going to allow myself to try and be beautiful. I'm going to allow myself to trying things on and not feeling ashamed or feeling secretive or feeling like I was doing something wrong or it's something that wasn't for me. So.
Yeah. I feel like drag has been changing a lot just in the last decade or so. Like RuPaul's Drag Race was kind of considered, I mean, it was very groundbreaking at its time, but sometimes in certain circles I hear that it's even a little bit conservative with regards to just all the things that can be done with
Right.
drag. And of course there's a lot of drag kings and stuff like this. Are you seeing some of this stuff and being like, ooh, I would like to try some of this? I mean, you were a pioneer, but you are a pioneer.
Yeah, that's the beauty of art and performance and drag is it's always new, it's always fresh. You're always seeing something that's going to inspire you on multiple levels. I love bad drag, you know, new drag. When someone just gets the courage to put on drag and get out there and live their fantasy, I think it is just amazing. So, yeah, I love all drag. I think it's important. I love kings and thems and non-binary performers and people that don't want to identify in any certain way. They just want to live their life and live their truth and give their best out in the world. So, yeah, I think it's awesome to skip labels and just live your life.
I feel like that's been changing a lot lately. I feel that there has been a lot more space for somebody like myself, for example, to step away from the gender binary. I didn't even have words for this a decade ago.
Right.
You know, and so it's really interesting to be able to look at the way that you are presenting yourself and how you perform in your day-to-day life, even as a form of drag.
Yeah, I love it. I've got these little glasses.
Oh wow! I didn't even see that part. Ooh. Yeah.
And they let me see the future.
Woo! What's in the future?
I'm gonna have a snack, smoke a joint, and get out of this.
Hello.
Hey Johnny, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm great. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Here, I got my mama.
Oh, Mama Mary, the mother of the holy drag icon.
We are so excited today. So, what do you want to do? You want to go and check out the city? We should go in and get my ears pierced.
Your ears are already pierced, Jimbo.
I think that this doesn't work now, right?
I think we have an outtake.
Let's call a wrap on this. It will distract us from the hair color change.
Right.